In this segment, we will look at how rubrics are useful in communicating standards and success criteria at the Feedup stage. Rubrics are not only good for marking as a marking tool, but also as an instructional tool when used at the start of the activity to communicate what constitutes good performance. This is an example of a rubric in the context of math problem solving. The standards are mapped against solo levels of understanding, beginning with unistructural, where students have one idea, multistructural, where they have several ideas, but these ideas are not linked. At the relational level, they can link the ideas together to see the big picture. And at extended abstract level, these ideas are seen in new and different ways. So a set of rubrics can help students know where they are heading towards higher levels of understanding. It can also tell them where they are and what next steps to take to move to a higher level of understanding. So for example, if a child is at the relational level of understanding based on his solving of the non-routine word problem, where he can apply appropriate heuristics, the next step to take to move to a higher level of understanding at the extended abstract level is to be able to make a judgment on what is the best heuristic and to be able to justify with good reasons. This is an example of a rubric in the teaching of science. And the construct that's being assessed is students' ability to explain presented data and link it to scientific concepts. So the criteria that's being looked at specifically is students' ability to use the CER or claim, evidence, reason to make up their explanation. So the standards again here are mapped out against solo levels. Notice at the highest level of understanding, at the extended abstract level, students not only state a claim and identify the patterns, they can also make justifications of why certain trends and patterns are so using scientific concepts. In this segment, we will look at how exemplars are useful in communicating standards and success criteria at the Feedup stage. I'd like to share with you 3 different levels of self-assessment that can be undertaken using exemplars. Firstly, self-marking. Here, students mark their own work against a model answer or a rubric. At best, this is a multi-structural level of understanding. At a more relational level of understanding, we have the sound standard model. Students are given exemplars of different standards, not just one model answer. So for this to work, students minimally need 2 exemplars. So using those unmarked exemplars, they rank them, which is a better work, which is a not so good work, and they judge their own work against those exemplars. At a more extended abstract level, we have the metacognitive reflection model. It's basically sound standard model plus plus. Students write justifications of why they think they deserve a particular grade. And when teachers collect the work back, they get 2 things. One, they get the students' actual work. And secondly, they get a reflection on their thinking. So we shouldn't be marking their reflection, but to use that to give us insights into students' thinking about standards and how their work can be improved. So over the course of time, we should be moving our students from a self-marking model to a sound standard model. And by the time they leave your class, they should have experiences to make justifications on their evaluative judgment of their work. To enable you to experience what children might learn when ranking exemplars and matching them against standards in a rubric, try this matching quiz on the Google site. In this context, we have a writing rubric, and you are asked to look at a couple of children's writing from the lower primary class and to determine which writing belongs to the beginning level, developing, competent, and accomplished level.